Good morning to you laddies. My name is Hyperblade and welcome to Dirt Rally 2.0. Just kidding. Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Hyperblade and welcome to Dirt Rally 2.0. Or should I say, welcome back to Dirt Rally 2.0. I am driving an Audi. You know how bad I am at driving. You all know how bad I am at driving. I can't drive nothing. Here we go. Whoa! Straight into the wall. Whoa, this thing fast. Wrong way. This sounds very powerful. Ooh! Assuming that it obviously probably has the 4-cylinder. Okay, back. Inline 6. I don't know what the old racing Audi engine used to be. I know that the Audi R8, the Audi R8 uses a big giant V10 engine, and then every other supercar, which I have think of, use a different engine. Like some Lamborghini, like all Lamborghinis, or some Lamborghinis. Some Lamborghinis now are like electric, and some are like just ones that run on petrol. Ones that run on petrol. They all run on petrol. Ones that run on petrol. Ones that run on a V8 engine. They all run on V8 engine. Most of them run on V8 engine. Most of them are electric nowadays. But Lamborghinis are expensive. So are Teslas. Teslas are expensive, even though basically what they are just little tiny electric cars. And this car is completely wrecked. Look at it. It doesn't even go. It doesn't even speed up properly. Look at it. Can I crash into the wall and... Oh, that was bad. It was already damaged from the start. Welcome to part failure. Gearbox. Okay, so I broke the gearbox. Pretty much. I broke the gearbox, and as you can see, the engine is smoking. It's smoking. Like heck. That, you ain't gonna be able to fix that. When it starts smoke, that's what you would not like to see in a demolition derby. You would not want to see that in a demolition derby. Even though that will happen to a car after being in a demolition derby. That's what happens. Okay. Let's go to the cars that I would usually drive around good old Washington, USA. Anyone who watches this who was either born in America or knows about America, they would know what I'm talking about. People who wasn't born in America, they'll be like, what is that exactly? 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder. Good, I'm lucky that it tells me what engine it has. Because this has a 4-cylinder. Okay, let's drive this. Let's drive the little tiny the old Mini Cooper. Not the Mini Coopers now. The Mini Coopers now are more advanced. And they gone up from like the older versions. My mum used to have a Mini. My mum used to have a Mini, and then she also used to have an Austin A30. And then the next car she got from that was a sports car, and she sold that. And then she got a Honda. No, not a Honda Odyssey. She got the Honda Odyssey after she got the Suzuki Vitara. Then she had a Suzuki Vitara when she was working in Hamilton. And then after that she sold that, and she got the like my dad didn't have a car then, so he bought a Honda Odyssey. A big giant Honda Odyssey, and my dad started it up one time to go to work, and it wouldn't start. No, actually it started, but as soon as we put it into reverse, it stalled. It stopped. So basically we had to get someone with a car in front of it to get some jumper cables, jumper leads as you call them, and we had to put the bonnet up and then jump the engine to give it more speed in the engine so it would keep running. Cause it didn't like running. It wouldn't stay idling. It would sit there and it would just want to die. And then after that, we went to Hamilton. We took it down to Hamilton, and we got rid of the Suzuki Vitara. And we kept the Honda. And then my dad got a PT Chrysler, and then which was a manual. It was a manual. It was a 5-speed manual, and my dad didn't know how to drive a manual car, so he had to push the clutch in. And I had to change the gear. I had to change the gears. And then we moved here, and he still had the Chrysler. And then after that, he sold the Chrysler here. And the person who bought it off him went to go change the gear, put it in reverse. It was fine. He went to go put it back into first gear, so put it into first gear to make it go forward. And the gearbox broke. Well, the gearbox came straight out of where it meant to be mounted. Like all the screws that was holding it in came out. And then my dad looked underneath, and there was just a big hole where the gearbox was. Just looking down from where the transmission and the differential was. Nothing else. There was no gearbox there, and he had to put it all back together. And then we sold it. And then he bought his Ford Explorer, which he had for a while. And then after that, he sold the Ford. And no, actually, he didn't sell the Ford. He gave it to Hamilton Wreckers, and it went down to Hamilton, and it got smashed into a million bits. And before the car was about to be gone, my tablet was in the back of the car, so he took my tablet out of the back of the car, because if the car got smashed, I would never get it back again, and I had to buy another one. And then after that, that was when he got the Mitsubishi. And then Mum sold her Honda, and she bought the Ford Escape. But now my mum wants to buy another car because my dad's car isn't big enough for the whole family. She wants more with more room in the back of it, and my dad was like, how about buy a van? And she was like, well, I don't really like vans, and I also don't like having to go up to somewhere and put diesel in it. or petrol. Some run on petrol, some run on diesel. But the ones that I seen, they all have run on diesel. So my mum wanted to get a Toyota Vanguard, and that I told her that why don't you save up enough money or something, or like get either a Land Rover or either get a big giant Hyundai or a Nissan. Or a big giant Nissan Nissan van. 'Cause there's a Hyundai electric van, so you don't really have to put any petrol into it, and you don't have to put any diesel into it. It doesn't run on petrol or diesel. It just runs on solar. It runs on solar and electricity to make it work, like Tesla, basically. So basically, yeah. I don't know how much they cost, but yeah. Anyway, let's get into this. It sounds like a lawnmower. I think it actually is like an old motor from an old lawnmower that they just put into this car, so now it just sounds like this. Wait, let me idle it. That sounds like a lawnmower, kind of. And remember, this is a little mini. Where is the engine in this one? Not where you think it would be. Not in the back. It is in the front. It is in the front where it should be. Where all engines should be. And then they upgraded it after that. After a few years. And they put the engine in the back. In 1968 or 67, they released the Volkswagen Type 1, which was the Volkswagen Bus Type 1, and that had the engine in the back. And then a few years after that, they upgraded another version of it, which was called the Volkswagen Type 2, which was a electric Type 1, with the engine in the same place, but it was a electric engine. But I don't think that one like kicked off, and I don't think anyone actually brought any of those. And I don't think it actually sold that good, so I don't think they actually like kept selling it. Yeah, it is. This is a two-door. This is a two-door British car. You can, and then some of the minis are four doors. The one back in the year this was, which I don't know what it was. I think 1980s. Yeah, 80s. Or 60s. I don't know. Maybe something like that. 1960s. This came out, and it did have the feature of either having a four-door or just having like a two-door and having the little tiny things in the back that you see there. Oh no, it doesn't want to move.